Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, it's been a long day and we're looking rough. So I decided to do a day in the life salon vlog of all of our clients today. We had 5. And as time goes on, we're just gonna do more and more in a day. My mouth's so dry right now, I'm not gonna ramble on, whatever. But it's a great day, a great video. We got as much footage as we can. Let me know down below in the comments if you wanna see videos like this, and we'll try to do them more frequently. It's hard to do this on Instagram stories and here on my YouTube channel for a video. It's a lot going on, but we did the best we could. And if you wanna see this, then continue watching. Also, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the post notifications on, do all that good stuff, and follow the link down below for my new personal channel. I am Brett Ryan. A lot of great content's coming there as well. We'll see you in the next one and enjoy this video. All right. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Busy day at the salon today. 5 clients. Gonna jump right in. My first client is going to be getting a full baby light low light, and we are going to be doing what I like to call a foil conversion. This is kind of what you would say a reverse balayage, but with foils. I go in and I am going to do a root retouch and every other foil. We're going to do 1 to 1. So 1 highlight, 1 low light, 1 highlight, 1 low light. Even though I'm trying to darken her, make her a little bit more blonde and get her a little bit more of a lower maintenance for a temporary time, we still want to go in there and still retouch that new regrowth. If you went in and just did low lights and did the root smudge or paint between, you would still have a kind of demarcation line. I get that all the time. Why do you go in and do all these highlights and go back in and root smudge, shadow, or tap? And it's because it just makes it grow out so much better and gives it a seamless blend. So my client is a natural level 6, and I want to use that and play off of that. And you guys know I love Colorance when it comes to low lighting and white blondes. So I'm gonna go with my Ride or Die 7G for a low light. That's my favorite, 7N 7G for a really light blonde. But with her, since she's a natural 6, I'm going to be doing 6N 7G. So as I said, I'm doing 1 low light to 1 highlight. It might sound a little bit intimidating. You might think it's gonna really darken her too much. You just gotta trust the process. So I'm using, for my highlights, my Holy Grail Lightener Goldwell Oxycur with 20 volume. And you'll notice I'm just touching her new 2 inches of regrowth. If I see anything darker, I'm just feathering down and kicking the ends out. We do not need to overlap. Her ends are already light enough, and we're actually going to be toning her down to be more blonde. We're not trying to make her dark or brunette. We are literally just giving her a little bit of a darker blonde for the summer because her hair is going to get lighter naturally from being in the sun, swimming, and all that stuff, and so on.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, cause in my heart it's not worthwhile.
So even though I'm going in and doing this foil conversion and darkening her a little bit, I still want to have a beautiful pop around the face and hairline, and she loves that. So we still want to play off that, and we still are going in and doing a detailed hairline. I let her process for about 50 minutes, and then I had my assistant Kathy go in and do a paint between of every foil, 6N, 6NB, Redken Shades EQ. You might be wondering why I'm doing that. Anytime I do a root smudge, I always prefer going in if they're not naturally virgin or have enough regrowth. And I like going in and taking the level I'm going to root smudge them with after we do the foiling, and use that same level at the root area, maybe 1 to 2 or 3 inches, and have my assistant or I, when I do it, do 1 foil 1 inch, the next foil 2 inches lower, stuff like that, just so it breaks it up a little bit and doesn't make a harsh line. And the reason I do this is because it's gonna help when I smudge my client to actually allow that root area to be more prominent, as opposed to just taking a nice shadow and going over top of the highlights, which is just gonna give that nice see-through translucent light blanket, if you will, on top of the highlights. A smudge is more prominent when somebody wants a darker root. So that's why every time I do a smudge, you'll see me do a paint between, unless it's a virgin or they have enough regrowth, because that will help make it prominently dark. Client number 2 is Adriana's mother, Amy, a longtime client of mine. She went red recently, a nice copper, and she's just getting a root color retouch. I'm using gel lacquers, Redken 7N with 20 volume, and we're going to retone her ends a little bit later on. Client 3 came in, and she's a new client, first time ever to me, and she's just getting a partial. She's very, very young, just wants to brighten up and get a bigger money piece. So I'm going through and I'm adding 1 low light to every 2 highlights, and we're really, really packing them in, and we're really going to do a detailed money piece area. If you've never seen one of my partials, if you're just joining my channel or you just followed me recently, a partial I do is usually what a mohawk section would be on the top of the head, and then a couple around the sides of the face, probably 3 to 7, depending on the client's hair density and all that. But what I like to do most of the time is go off the part. So I'll just take what would be the mohawk and then split it off their natural part and go off horizontally. As I mentioned before, she's very young, so she's wanting low maintenance and she wants a nice rooted look. So you don't always have to do teasy lights. I'm actually taking my brush, you'll see, and feathering up into the base, but not going all the way up to the base. And sometimes I'll do just like a balayage, higher on the left, higher on the right, lower in the middle.
It's a bloody battlefield where sun go down, others heal. In the end, it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm sad to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie.
If you're a hairdresser, you know exactly how satisfying this processing video looks. Hair porn at its finest. I know it looks scary and dark. I mixed 6 different colors, but she will be blonde, I promise. And I did section out her money piece area, and we're gonna tone that with a separate formula. And I'm gonna be using Goldwell Colorance 10P. I love Goldwell level 10s, as you guys know. And she wants that big, bold money piece, and I wanted to keep it a level brighter, so that's why I went in with a separate formula. Say it to the camera.
I love it!
Kathy's wrapping up Amy's hair, and look how beautiful after we tone the ends and refresh that copper. She's ready to go, and Kathy's gonna move on to blow drying Adriana. Meanwhile, client number 3 is gonna come over. I'm gonna root smudge her, and then we're gonna tone her all over, and I'm gonna do a really icy formula. She likes it very, very ashy. Look how beautiful Adriana's hair came out, and this is indoor in my terrible lighting in my salon suite. This came out beautiful. Money piece is still popping. You'll see at the end of the video what it looked like in real lighting outside.
Life kept spitting at my feet and forced me down a dead-end street when all I had went up in flames, burning only dark remains. I cover up every part of my skin, oh, 'cause I don't like the person within, oh. I know I'm the one to blame. All I can do is take the shame. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm too sad to say I'm sorry, so lie and pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay.
Miss Stephanie's back. You guys remember her. You've seen her in a few videos. She's the one that has psoriasis, and she always has problems with her hair. It's very fine because how bad her psoriasis is. But she came in the last 3 sessions. We just did a permanent root color retouch. Gave her ends a break. Her hair always has that damaged appearance because of the texture. It's very coarse, so it looks like that. That doesn't necessarily mean it's very, very damaged and dry. So today she did want to brighten up a little bit, so we're going to go in and do a partial teasy light. And I'm going to go in and do just straight teases. I'm not leaving any big subsections because I want to brighten her up, but keep that rooted look in there. And then once we're done teasing, we're going to have my assistant Kathy go in and do her paint between, which is Topchic 5NN 6NN with 20 volume.
Keep trying for one day. Whoa, I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. So I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. Oh no.
So once I finished foiling the teasy light for Stephanie, Kathy came over and applied that paint between for her gray coverage, and we'll smudge her later on. As you see, she was processing for probably about 45 minutes or so. And client number 5, the final client of the day, came in, and this turned into one hell of a color correction. So the client came in, and as you can see, she was very, 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 very blonde-ish to the top with a lot of brass in there. So it was said to me that she was a virgin. She's only had balayages done in the past. There was no previous color, but from midsection down all the way to the end, you could see it was very dark, and the top, the highlights just stopped middle down. And that is usually a sign for they had permanent color on the ends and they couldn't get as light as it did for the top, which is less overlapped. Here's a picture of it in still motion. You can see what I'm talking about. Lighter on the top, darker on the ends, and very, very, very deep dark and brassy. So I knew right then and there it was permanent color. I packed a half highlight in very tightly. Let her process for 60 minutes because when I opened the foils, when I got to the front, I seen this. I have never seen anything like it. It looked like somebody took an old permanent color and just threw it all over her hair. You can see the top half an inch to an inch. It actually is beautiful, lifted well. But then as you go down, you see dark spots. This is what permanent color looks like when you're trying to kick through it, because it actually goes into the cuticle of the hair where Demi literally just closes and stains on the outside and closes the cuticle. So I went and did my best to keep her as light as possible. I root shadowed her using Redken Shades EQ 6N, 6NA. And then I sat her down. I really split her down in the middle. And we also did a standalone Olaplex treatment, which I do offer. I do a half an ounce of Olaplex number 1 with 3 ounces of water. Apply it all over her hair. Now people come in and do this when they're not getting foils, but I do offer it too in situations where clients want it or it's a severe case. And I rinse out the foils and I literally apply it all over. And then I put the part 2 on top, let it sit for 20 minutes, then I shampooed it out. Then I sat her up, put Fanola Restructuring Mask on her mids and ends as a barrier, shadowed her with 6N, 6NA as I said, got beautiful lift at the top, but underneath and down lower, it was a nightmare. As you've seen, when I showed you the foil, that was literally as I was about to rinse it out. So that was a lift we got. And now I have to do my best to keep her as bright as possible. I sectioned off the hairline like I always do. I'm combing through, blending that shadow down. She's on a budget, so I definitely wanted to keep her as light as possible. I did tell her that I thought we were going to be able to get to her goal or close to it in one session, but that was before I seen the permanent color. And now I'm going to tone her with 8V, 8GI, 8WG, and 8N, keeping her at a level 8 and praying and keeping my fingers crossed that everything looks really, really, really nice together, blended, and it doesn't look too much darker on the bottom than it does the top. Usually in this kind of situation, I would literally tone the top down darker and do a mids toner and stuff, but she wants to stay as bright as possible, so this is what I gave her. You can see the money pieces look beautiful. They lifted very well. It was the back that I was worried about and everywhere else. But all in all, I think this came out pretty well. You know, I did my best. To my knowledge going in, this was supposed to be just hair that was balayaged and lightened and virgin. And it absolutely 150% was not.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I deserve to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. It's not the
Shake it, babe. Beautiful. We're obsessed.
Yes.
It's great.
Heck yeah.
Looking great. Ooh, look at that money piece.
I need to start wearing stilettos to work.
All right, that's gonna do it for today's tutorial. Hope you learned a lot. Hope you enjoyed the video and love watching me work my magic with my assistant on double booking days. We actually just started a new schedule starting August 2nd. We'll do Mondays and Fridays together with double booking, and then Saturdays 2 times a month solo by myself. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed these afters outside, pictures and video footage. I love you all so very much. Definitely hit the subscribe button, turn the post notifications on. If you like my personality or think I'm cool, go down in the description box and click the link to my personal YouTube channel that I just started. Tons of content's coming. It's I Am Brett Ryan. And that's it for today, guys. I love you all so very much. I'll see you in the next one. As always, so long for now, guys.